Well, hi everyone. I'm Dave Willis, Corporate Vice President of our US One Commercial Partner Group at Microsoft. And I'm really pleased to be joined today by Andrew Welch, the Director of Cloud Application Strategy at AIS. Andrew is an author of the Power Platform Adoption Framework and also a Microsoft MVP for business applications. And I've asked Andrew here today to share how AIS is helping our mutual customers succeed during these unique and challenging times. So Andrew, thanks so much for joining me today.
Oh yeah, Dave, thanks for having me.
So Andrew, it's really hard to believe that we've been working remotely now due to COVID-19 for nearly a year. And our customers are thinking more and more about returning back to the office. So what are the main challenges that you're hearing from customers about the future of work?
Yeah, so we're really hearing two challenges. The first is, how do we get people to return to the office in a safe and responsible way, right? So that's kind of the bread and butter. We got to get people back in the door in some form or fashion sometime. The other challenge, though, is we hear a lot about this idea of the new normal, and I think that a lot of folks think of the new normal as being something about that happens in the office. But the real challenge here is, how do we help organizations return to growth as quickly as possible, right? So, an organization might be uninterested in reopening their doors until they can guarantee that their employees are safe to return. And that's where the Microsoft Return to Workplace solution is so great, right? Like it's built atop the Power Platform, so it's using technology that's already out there in the market. And it's helping organizations plan their facilities, phase facilities into reopening phases, helping employees report into the office and report on their medical condition, get a building pass, and then helping to manage COVID hotspots as we go. So we start there with the return to work motion, but then that return to growth motion is all about this idea that, listen, everyone's going to invest in a solution around this return to work problem. You can invest in the Power Platform based one, and in so doing, you're not just creating a sunk cost around return to work. You're investing in a platform that you're going to be able to use for application development, virtual agents, business intelligence, a single source of truth for data, and business process automation over the long term. And that's where the growth comes from.
Okay, great. Well, and how are you supporting the unique needs of customers when it comes to returning to work?
Yeah, so I think that the first step is to build some customer confidence around what is still, relatively speaking, a new technology, but also in these kind of uncharted waters around that return to work motion. So I've been telling people, and I've been seeing, right, where the long pole in the tent seems to be around the data. Right, you'd think that a lot of organizations would have great data about their own facilities or their own people, and that's not always true, right? So a big component of this is planning out that, what's this like at different facilities and in different places. And I think that what a lot of folks are missing at the moment is this idea that different locations, particularly in big global organizations, are going to return to work at different times. So this is not about we need to wait for everyone to return. This is about, they're going to return to work at different times. So to that end, one of the things that we've done is we built additional capability onto the platform or onto the return to work solution around hot desking and cleaning protocols and knowing, being able to do some pretty robust contact tracing, so that if someone tests positive for COVID after they've been in the office, we know where they sat, who sat with them, who cleaned that desk, who sat at the desk after it was cleaned, which meetings they went to. We can even QR code a copy machine. But the whole idea is to build a really robust data set around contact tracing.
That's awesome. So, Andrew, I love that you're leveraging Microsoft Power Platform to help customers transition back to work in a very safe way. Can you share more about that? How are you using Power Platform to help support your customers' business growth?
Yeah, for sure. So one thing that I think people are starting to realize about Power Platform is that it really is a first-class citizen in the Microsoft Cloud ecosystem. So we're working with organizations that, by their own numbers, are running $2 billion through a single Power Platform solution every year, which is just incredible. So we look at the platform as a place to migrate not one workload, but 1,000 workloads or even more. And when we think about those workloads, we're really seeing them come in several flavors. One is the meeting of new business needs. The pandemic is a great example. No one had the pandemic in their budget. So we're seeing a lot of solutions pop up very quickly to meet needs that we hadn't thought of 6 months or 12 months ago. The other is in sunsetting legacy technology. So we're thinking about the SharePoint workflows that are going away, or the InfoPath end of life, or Lotus Notes, or whatever it might be, getting those workloads onto the platform. Then we've got this whole category of reimagining existing applications where what you're doing today, it might not be sunsetting, but it just isn't working anymore. And that fourth flavor of workload would be supporting citizen developer productivity, which is very important. But I think the real important note here is that this is a platform where we can support citizen developers all the way up through enterprise grade workloads. My friend, I'll just finish up by saying my friend and colleague Keith Watling, he uses this phrase that opposite death by 1,000 cuts, Power Platform is success by 1,000 victories. So if you're not thinking of Power Platform in that really holistic enterprise way, you're really missing out on what it can offer.
Love it. Wow, Andrew, thanks so much for joining me today, and thanks so much for the great partnership.
Yeah, thank you. This has been great. Appreciate it.
Great. And hey, for more information about the AIS solutions, please check out the blog post link in the comments. And have a great day.